What's good, ninjas? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to my village of Nintendo Switch and gaming news. Today we've got some great topics for you, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So the creator of Kirby and the Super Smash Bros. Franchise, Masahiro Sakurai, has talked about the importance of thinking outside of the box in his recent Famitsu column. So let's go ahead and jump into what he had to say on the matter. Quote, I think it's always important to question if we should simply keep reusing and adhering to the old standards and existing systems. Sometimes you do end up going with what's established, and that's fine, but there's no drawback to trying to think outside the box. I'm not saying people should deliberately try to be weird and make unconventional games, but in the case of Nier, everything about the game is done with intent and purpose. And the choices like the one to make the main character an android feel like one part of a defined greater vision. The experience of feeling something you wouldn't normally feel. I think that feeling of trying something for the first time is very important. So he also talked about how he loves Nier Automata, how the controls feel great, and just how he feels that the weight behind them and the responsiveness is really good, and that's to be expected of Platinum games. So he really loves Nier Automata at this point. He says that there's a lot of games that keep on coming out and he doesn't have necessarily as much time to really play them all. But at the same time, it's really cool what he's saying here, because yes, it's very important to think outside of the box. When Masahiro Sakurai was creating Super Smash Bros., he had to think outside of the box. Like, it was going to be more of a standard fighter, but then they started adding a bunch of different things and Nintendo characters, and yeah, and it turned into what it is at this point, which is probably the most unique fighting game out there, and has millions upon millions of fans, has a big competitive community dating all the way back to Super Smash Bros. On the N64. That game is still being played in the competitive tournaments out there. Super Smash Bros. Melee is still just as popular, if not far more popular than it was beforehand, and of course Super Smash Bros. For Wii U is still popular as well. I understand what Masahiro Sakurai is saying, and definitely you see a lot of developers taking chances here and there when it comes to the indie realm. You've got some of these bigger developers that are sometimes taking chances as well too, but it really just depends on what you're going for, who the publisher is, and just what type of team that you have. That's really what it comes down to, and I love to see even Nintendo taking some chances with stuff like Splatoon. We have ARMS. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a completely different departure from what you usually saw with Zelda. So a lot of different developers across the board are taking chances here and there, and that just creates better game experiences for the most part for us. Alright guys, and if you're in the US and you're looking to get a Nintendo Switch, GameStop will have some stock available this Wednesday. Okay, so here's what they had to say on the matter. GameStop continues to see strong demand from customers who are looking to purchase the Nintendo Switch system. We are meeting this demand by securing additional systems as fast as we can to ensure customers are able to purchase this innovative gaming technology, said Eric Bright, Senior Director of Merchandising for GameStop, in a statement. The customer enthusiasm and response we have seen so far has been incredible as we continue to sell through our supply of systems. We strongly suggest any customer who is still looking to purchase a Nintendo Switch visit one of our stores as soon as they can. This new allotment will go fast. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool that they're trying to get Switch restocks. It seems like Wednesday already getting another restock. Some other places like Kohl's and I think Target, they're going to have restocks within the next week or so. So this upcoming Wednesday, let me just double check on the calendar here, and that is the 22nd. So that's the 22nd. You'll be able to go into GameStop. Make sure you call, let them know, get in there early if you can, and get those Nintendo Switches. And I think that the type of device that this is, it is really appealing to a lot of different people. Probably appealing to some maybe PS4, Xbox One dudes that have always wanted to try the Nintendo system, but maybe they wanted something that was portable. Appealing to probably a lot of 3DS owners that are like, well, this is going to be our successor. And of course, appealing to Nintendo fans who want the latest and best Nintendo first-party home console titles. So I think this system has a lot more draw and pull, because you know that you're going to get all of Nintendo's first-party games on there for the most part. Good stuff for GameStop to getting more stock allocation here, and look forward, because there's probably going to be other stores that are going to have more stock as well. Alright, and moving on to the last article here. Capcom has basically not 100% confirmed Monster Hunter on the Nintendo Switch, but they sure as heck didn't deny it, and this is something that's probably going to happen, obviously, but it's interesting to hear what Capcom had to say on the matter. So here is the response when asked by the Wall Street Journal's Takahashi Mochizuki about Monster Hunter on the Nintendo Switch. Capcom didn't deny Monster Hunter on the Nintendo Switch. I asked if it's coming to Nintendo Switch, and Mr. Kojima said, hope you enjoy it on the 3DS first. So that's talking about Monster Hunter, the XX or whatever that's coming out at this point. So I'm thinking, yeah, there's going to be a Monster Hunter later in the fall on the Nintendo Switch. So he's saying enjoy it on the 3DS first. So that could possibly mean that the next Monster Hunter game is probably going to be something else. It might be a new game, might be a port of XX, we don't really know. Might be Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate 2. I mean, who knows what it's going to be. But what I do know is that there will be a Monster Hunter game on the Nintendo Switch, just because Capcom and Nintendo work so closely on the Nintendo Switch hardware. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to develop something. I talked about this in one of my previous videos, but yes, Monster Hunter coming to Nintendo Switch is pretty big, and of course something that the Western game press really just doesn't really pick up on, because they still don't understand that Monster Hunter is a really big system seller for Nintendo. It was a really big system seller for the 3DS. A lot of people just kind of brushed it off like, okay, well, it's just those Japanese games. But this is going to be a big system seller for the Nintendo Switch in North America, in Europe, and also in Japan, because Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate was actually the best-selling entry in the franchise for the Western territories, and people did pick up Nintendo 3DS systems here in the Americas, in addition to Europe, for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I know they shipped more than 1 million units a few years ago, so I'm pretty sure that it's sold through all of that and then some. So Monster Hunter is a big deal, not only in Japan. Well, it's a massive deal in Japan, but it's also getting to be a pretty big deal here in North America, and I know a lot of people are going to want to pick up a Nintendo Switch when this game comes out, because there's a lot of hardcore Monster Hunter fans that really, that's all they play is Monster Hunter. They'll play Monster Hunter, the Japanese version, barely understand what's going on, but they'll still fight through it and play just because they love the game so much. So yeah, look forward to Monster Hunter probably being announced sometime this year. Who knows if it's going to come out this year? Probably not. Maybe Japan, but yeah, North America and Europe probably not. But at the same time, look forward to a Monster Hunter game probably being announced sometime this year and releasing 2018 for the most part everywhere. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Let you know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninjas for the next video. Peace.